Hi everybody. Is the image quality better in Midjourney version 6? No, but it depends on how you define image quality. A lot of people seem really excited about version 6. At first, I was a bit underwhelmed considering the hype. Will I stay with Midjourney? I'll let you know at the end of this video. Here are 3 things to know that you should be very excited about version 6. 1. Image composition. Supposedly, you're more likely to get that complex image you imagine. No, that's still not as easy as it sounds. 2. Prompts can understand natural language and may contain up to 500 words. 3. You can add text to images. Big improvement here, but you need careful prompting and a lot of rerolls. I'm taking some of my favorite images and prompts from previous versions of Midjourney and trying them out in version 6. In the process, I will demonstrate some of the new features, but this is not a comprehensive tutorial. In fact, there's so much to go over with version 6 that I suggest you start by experimenting and then learn new techniques day to day. But note that this version 6, as of late December, is an early version, and we are told things will change frequently and without notice. It's not yet the default. Find it under settings. If you prefer a more artistic style, you may need to adjust the parameters. The Midjourney announcement also advises that there will be significant changes over the next few weeks as they bring version 6 to a full release. Midjourney warns us, prompting with version 6 is significantly different than version 5. You will need to relearn how to prompt. Okay, we're all starting over again, but that's life, especially with AI. All the images so far in this video have been with version 6. My adventures with version 6 started by accident as I was trying to create a series of half-tone prints for another version. This is what I expected from a half-tone print. But I read Midjourney's advice that if you want something more photographic and more literal, then you should probably default to using hyphen style raw. With raw, I got a range of possibilities. Of course, my prompt, half-tone print, new age of human creativity, does not really have a literal interpretation. Midjourney also advises that higher values of hyphen stylize may have better aesthetics. By increasing stylize to 800, here are some incredible images. If you look closely, you're going to see some imperfections around the nose. This is stylize set to 1000. The natural language approach will bring even more people to AI imagery and allow Midjourney to compete with other tools now in the market. In version 4, I used this prompt. What I love in this grid is how the first image is actually a cat in a kimono. Here we have the same prompt in version 6. I like the side profile, though I did not specify that. We get a nice headdress of ornate designs. The background of a faded green texture wall is great. But he's not holding a cat. That's where my prompt from version 4 no longer works in version 6. Let's try to bring back the cat with this revised prompt. These images are promising. We have our cat, but the cat doesn't look very natural in her arms. Adjusting the prompt to move holding a cat to a higher position in the prompt. The cat is more prominent and the other elements are retained. As with previous versions of Midjourney, re-rolling and variations are your friend. An old technique was to put 8K photography in the prompt to push the images towards a more realistic photograph, as in this example from version 5. The same prompt in version 6 without the 8K. Midjourney advises to be explicit about what you want. It may be less vibey, but if you are explicit, it's now much better at understanding you. You have more control over the composition of your images, and that's something we've all been wanting. But I've gotten so comfortable with the vibe of Midjourney that I really enjoy the moments of surprise. I'm making a separate video about these so-called improvements in image composition with version 6. I really struggled to get the scene I imagined of two people walking in opposite directions exactly as I wanted. Long prompts. Let's try this 177-word description from ChatGPT without any modification. The results have obvious flaws, but that's not unexpected since the prompt was not modified at all. I modified the prompt, reducing it to 100 words, and removed the problematic descriptions of the arm and hand, which always confuses Midjourney. I also specified that the photo is of a man in order to avoid a bit of nudity when Midjourney created a female in the image. Is the max prompt no more than 500 words? The limit is not an arbitrary cutoff for word count, but on the semantic description that you are asking Midjourney to render. After all, there is a computer behind all this generation that has to process the text and create the image through an AI model. As we evaluate AI image generators, we seek the level of coherence. How accurately does the image render the description provided? But the confounder in all this is the use of language. This is incredibly cool. To add text to your image, put the words you want printed inside quotation marks, and make sure your prompt contains a reasonable place to display the text. A neon mid-century retro sign that says motel. It was not difficult to get a motel sign, but there's a lot of those images in the training data. But can we change the text on the sign from motel to metaverse? That totally confused Midjourney. Simplifying the prompt. A mid-century retro sign advertising metaverse. This comes closer. A reroll gets us there. I like this. Rerolls are still very important when using Midjourney, and I expect they will always continue to be important. Despite the problematic aspects of version 6, I love Midjourney, and Midjourney does stress that version 6 is still under development. I've been a paid subscriber on the standard plan for the last year. While there are other options now for text to image generation, I am sticking with Midjourney. Enjoy creating images.